guys, welcome to Third Eye Thursdays here at Vision Quest Metaphysical Bookstore. I'm Dylan. I work here behind the counter, back in the office, running around in circles, all of it. And tonight we have Miss Jerry with us again. So welcome.
Hi
to
guys.
This. And we actually have a little bit of a theme going on tonight, don't we?
We do.
We do. If you can't tell by all the stuff laying out here.
We have like a little, I don't know if you can see them or not, there's little animals here. And then we have my a little remembrance of my little Yorkie. And what we're doing, you guys, is we're doing animal magic or animal medicine or animal guides, animal spirits, whatever you want to call them. That's what we're going to look at tonight, because I'm having a class come up, and this is, you know, Third Eye Thursday at Vision Quest, and we're at 3114 actually, East Indian School Road.
Yep.
And so my class is going to be, I believe, this Saturday. And we're going to confirm that
one. Again, the things I should know.
But maybe I'm wrong too. But anyway, but the class is going to be really cool, because what I want to do is I want to show you guys how easy it is to activate the ability to connect to your spirit guides, your animal spirit guides. And so by doing that, you see, you're going to have the ability to, once you do it, you just know how to do it. And so, excuse me, and so knowing how to speak to your animals, knowing that they're there with you all the time, and then also too following a method of knowing how to interpret even the smallest things that you see throughout the day. Actually, a couple mornings ago, I was getting in my car, and it was so apropos. There's a big fat spring grasshopper on the window of the car next to me.
No thanks.
And so I didn't even get alarmed. It was like he was just sitting there, just welcoming me into my car, I guess, or welcoming me into my day, you know. And so as he sat there, and he wasn't alarmed, and neither was I just felt he had a message. So I looked at, ta-da, good old Ted Andrews. I'm telling you, this is like the Bible of all information that you'd really want to know about what an animal might be speaking to you, and a wild variety of animals that he's included in this book. So this is the one I follow, and this is the one I recommend. And then what you do is you learn how to connect to the personalities and the properties of each one of these animals. And once you do and you recognize them, then you know just instinctively what their message might be, and it always comes at just the right moment. You know what grasshopper meant? I looked it up. It meant trusting your voice within. And that's what I'm doing right now.
There
just
you go.
walking by faith.
Sorry.
See, that's okay. But see, it's a book worth looking at though, huh?
It is, definitely. It's
It's
very
been around
cool.
for a long time.
Yeah.
And it still sells like hotcakes.
It's very cool. It's very interesting. I don't know too much about medicine animals and just the way that works. The class, by the way, I double checked, is this Saturday. It's at 10:15. And if you sign up through tomorrow,
Yep.
you get $5 off. And I should double check the actual prices on that. I can do that, but I'm a little slow sometimes.
And it's from 10:15, I think, to 11:45.
Yeah.
And so it being that hour and a half, what it will include, you see, is this little meditation where you learn how to connect, and then we'll go into learning what some of the properties of the animals are, so that you'll know what animal that came to you Saturday. You'll know what the message was, and you can take that with you for always.
There you go. Awesome. And some of the cool things about Miss Jerry here, and some of the fun things that, you know, speak true to her, is along the theme of animals, is she is a pet psychic as well.
Yes,
so
that's true.
People that didn't know that, I mentioned that because actually our first question has to do with that, so it's just kind of cool.
Oh, good.
Because then it's something, you know, if you guys ever had a question on to, well, what is my animal thinking? Or, you know, if your animal has passed away, you know, what are they thinking? Anything like that, Miss Jerry is a great person to talk to because she can connect and work with that. And BB wonders, not sure if I will be making the right decision to put my dog down this weekend, looking for some guidance. Is this the right decision?
She has to tell you. You know, Shelby, the one who passed a couple of years ago, she was only 9, but she was so much sicker than I thought. And I wasn't even thinking about putting her down. I just knew she wasn't feeling really well, you know, and it was serious, but not that serious. And so I was busy one day, and she came up behind me, and she laid on the carpet, you know, and she just looked up at me. And you know what she told me? I turned around, and I'm like, oh. And she just looked at me like, I've got to tell you something. And I got down on the floor, and I got eye to eye with her. And she said, it's time. And I could feel it in my spirit, you know? And so they'll tell you when it's time. And take the human emotion equation out of it, because we're all animals, you know? And we all have our own distinctive behaviors. So, you know, trust that what you're getting from her, that very first thing you get, that'll be truly her. The rest of it is your own mortal thinking or your emotions or whatever. And so I'm sorry that you're facing this, but she isn't far away. And I have a theory about that too, and I hope that's encouraging, because in the class I'll talk about why animals come into our life and why they leave our life at the times that they do. So good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, it is a rough thing.
It is.
You know,
I have.
They will know. They know.
The camera doesn't get this, but let me show you what that says. See there? And so just hang tight and know that love lives, and your animal that you lose physically is always still with you energetically, okay?
There you
All right,
go.
yeah.
We have, see, now we're going to get all a bunch of pet things, which is
That's
really
what I was
cool.
asking for. Yay,
Right?
good.
So it's like, oh, animals here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about animals.
Yep.
There we go. We have Danny saying, what does my younger rabbit need me to know?
What's your rabbit's name? I need to know her name. Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Because you see, there's a lot in a name, and animals have such interesting personalities, and some of them are so human-like. But now that's the tough thing to remember, though, is that even though they are human-like, that they're not.
Okay, I'm probably going to mispronounce this. We'll just say this now. Sorry if I mispronounce any names. Yours or your animals. Smole. I'm not kidding. That's what was written. Smole as the name for the rabbit.
Okay, all right.
See,
Mhm,
see?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
I hope I didn't mispronounce it.
I still got the vibe, though. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now, what was the question? I forgot it.
Let me go back to it. What does my younger rabbit need me to know? So what does Smole need Danny to know?
Okay, now remember that since they like to burrow in during the summertime, I think that you'll find that she really, really is intolerant of the heat. And so let her burrow as deep as she wants to. She's only going to burrow down to the level where she would feel comfortable and cool. Let her be a rabbit. That's what I'm saying. Let her be a rabbit.
There you go.
That's what she wants.
She just wants to be a rabbit.
And she's not active. She just wants to hang out and chill and, you know, just be cool.
There you go. We have Myra who says, are you getting anything from me? And then asks specifically love.
Be willing to allow the moment to bring the opportunity to you that you will not choke or shy away from. It would be natural, organic, authentic, honest, reactionary behavior. You cannot create a magical moment. So please just relax and allow. And that's when it comes. So I think that your tension about it may be the very thing that's repelling this sweet little happiness, this bird of happiness. You see, let it light on you, but you must still yourself and align yourself to the stillness so that it can. And then you recognize what's real and what's not.
There you go.
Yeah.
For people that are asking about their pets, if you can just let us know the pet's name as well.
That's
A
true.
lot of people have a lot of pets over their lifetime. Some people don't. But that way, Jerry can actually tap into the one or two, whatever number that is, that you're really wanting to speak to the most, because you never know. So we will wait until we have a couple of names coming through, because there are a couple of people that asked about their pets. So
And see, and that's what I'm wanting too. I'm wanting questions about pets, and I'm wanting questions also, if you dare, to see if you want me to see if I can tap into maybe who your totem is, and see what you think about that, and Google it and read about it and get Ted's book, so
There
you
you
can
go.
learn about it, and then it's one more little piece of arsenal in your little bag, to work throughout your day.
right,
Yeah.
just because we all need more work to do. No kidding. Sorry.
It's working smart, not hard. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Mhm.
We have Alexandra saying, I've just had the worst year with my finances. Do you see a change soon?
Something's going on in October that'll be a shift. So prepare yourself, because that's when the opportunity comes. But the elements that you give permission to come into your life right now, that's going to determine the success of the change. You can't just ask for it and then think it's going to happen. You have to put some feet on it, some hands to it, and make it happen. Otherwise, you'll just be sitting there waiting, and then you become discouraged, and then that messes with your psyche. We could go on and on. Yeah.
Down that rabbit hole. Haha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Done that time or two.
Right?
But good luck. Thank you.
We have Clarabelle saying, is there anything my dogs Tequila
We
and-
won't tell you she's had some tonight.
right. Tequila and Memo would like me to know?
You are so sensitive with them, and you know them and their ways. And I think that, sometimes when you have a real loving mom and you're a teenager and you want some space of your own just to experience your friends the way you want to, when you're with them, hang with them sometimes rather than being their entertainment or their comfort or their provider, always being something to them. When you're with them and you're just being with them, they love that the most. And so you don't have to dote over them. You don't have to worry about them so much. Just be with them and love them like that. And that's where your most special and intimate relationships come, human or beast.
There you go.
Not that humans aren't beasts sometimes. I'm just...
I feel like we could get into some very deep,
Yeah, I know this is leading me to
interesting
really-
conversations.
See what I mean about
tonight.
rabbit holes? I love rabbit holes. But they're not good for me. Yeah.
On to the next question of that. I'm sorry.
Maybe your definition of rabbit hole and mine's two different things.
Mel would like to know what her dog, I saw the name, let me go back to the name, give me a second. What her dog, Phoebe, was
I
trying
love
to
that
tell her.
name. If she's not taking glucosamine, she might benefit from that. I think that her digestion is changing, and so a little less rich, probably. And introduce some fresh vegetables like carrots and peas, or fresh green beans. Whatever she will tolerate and whatever she'll eat, she likes that crunchiness, and the freshness will help her digestive system.
There you go.
Can I share a funny story?
Yes, please.
You guys, now back in the day, this is aging me big time, but back in the day when Symington became governor, right? Well, it was election day, and a coworker comes into the office. And so, we all knew each other's personal lives, of course we would. And so we said, so did you vote? And he said, well, yeah. And he looked perplexed. And we said, well, what's wrong? And he said, well, my wife just called me. And we said, okay. And we said, did she vote? He said, well, yeah, she said she voted, but she voted for the woman. And we're all like, the woman? There wasn't a woman that voted or that ran for governor back then. And so we were thinking, and he said, she said she voted for Fifi. And then we all realized she voted for Symington.
Oh my God.
And she thought it was Fifi.
There you go.
Anyway.
Yeah, we won't age anyone here if I say I have no clue when this was.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you probably weren't even born yet. Oh gosh. Where's my cane?
I'm the youngest one here at Vision Quest, so.
It's true. And I'm close to the oldest.
I'm the baby with babies, as we like to joke around here. I mean, it's not
And
really
we
a
love
joke,
them.
it's really kind of the
It's
truth.
real, but we love them. They're blessings.
Yeah, it's fun though. But yeah, no, let's just not even point out the fact that I'm like, I had no clue when this was.
Oh, that's funny.
We have Jean saying, can you tell me if my dog Apollo has allergies to certain foods or a skin condition?
I don't think that it's, I mean, allergies to foods, yes, it's present. But what I'm getting is that this is a real severe allergy to just the common elements you find outside in the backyard. It could be the gases of the grass, that the grass exudes, you know, in the evenings, and then they go out there in the morning and it's laid heavy on the grass, and she goes out there and is affected by it. She's such a high little vibration that anything less than really high vibration, she'll have a physical reaction to it. She's like a little fairy in Joggy Land, you know? And so she's a fragile flower. Which may mean if you have the resources to find her some customized supplements or pharmaceuticals, I guess, they're saying customize. Customize whatever treatment you're using on her, and customize it by a professional or a dietitian. Okay?
There you go.
Yeah.
Professionals always know the right answers.
Yes,
right?
they do. I know, because that's a real delicate little balance.
It really is. So,
And
But-
she's so tiny. You know?
at least there's, somewhat of an answer for that it is allergies of some kind.
And it's elements that can be controlled and reversed.
There you go.
You know.
We have Sandy just asking about her love life.
Well, you know, I have a corny personality, and I thought, well, she's not looking at a dog, she's looking at a DAWG dog.
I don't know why you want me to say that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, honey. Okay, so your love life. You have been such a sweet little soldier of patience and kindness and goodness. And I see you sitting in a safe place, and it's like you're in the middle of this flower that's totally open like a lotus, and you're sitting right there. And the people, the onlookers, see you and say, oh, how beautiful she is. But isn't it interesting that those that can love you the way you want to be loved may even be intimidated by what they perceive in you? So if you see someone who's looking interested but doesn't look brave enough to approach you, then give them a cue, you know? Let them know, you can approach me, so that they will, because you'll find your best contacts or energy or chemistry, you know, in somebody that you're bold enough to approach yourself too, all right? That's what brings it to you, is your boldness.
Right.
Yeah.
Just have a little bit of confidence in your step.
Or even out of your comfort zone. Even if you are the most confident person in the whole wide world, step out of your comfort zone.
Well, still have confidence while you do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretend. Act until you get it right. I don't know.
Fake
That's
it
what
till
I
you
do.
make it.
Right? Fake it till you make it. That's what I do every week. No, I'm kidding.
Me?
Right. So I do want to point out, we have Misty. I do want to say for general readings, I try to steer a little further away from that one, just because general, we do love to do them. But with this, we want to be able to give you guys the opportunity to ask a question, especially if you're not able to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just ask for a general reading, you really don't know what can come up. And especially if you're someone that hasn't read with one of our readers before, I don't know how other readers work, I just know ours. They can get anything. And it might even be something you already know. So
Or something you don't want other people to know.
That too. So if you have like anything, even as simple as love life, give us a certain direction to kind of take it in, then it's a little easier just to kind of give you a little insight into something that you really might not know as much about versus something that could come up where you might not want us broadcasting it to everybody. Or
What's her name?
Misty.
Hang on, Misty. I'll see what I can do, but what she's saying is very, very valid. So, but I won't say
And she
anything
was saying
embarrassing.
finances as well. So she just wrote in and said finances.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. To be great, not just good enough, but to be great, you have to be willing to do great things. And that means even sometimes quietly do great things. And so you may have to let go of some things in order to let other things in, which means that the energy, that yin and yang, the feng shui of it, you know, the letting go, to allow and all that, if that's functioning right now, then follow the indicators, because you can direct yourself right into being able to achieve your goals and afford to keep the lights on too. You know, so just quiet yourself. Once again, quietness brings answers, and then when we get the answer, then we are to do. So to be able to receive it, if we're not willing to do, then it just sits there unreceived, and after a while some of those things expire.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you see an opportunity after taking the time to just concentrate your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
find the one, like, say they give you 3 options. Find
Yeah.
the one that speaks the truest to you and go for it, and that's where you're going to find the financial status you want to be in. Because it'll be something you want to do, and it'll be the perfect time for that opportunity to be there for you.
And as you're following the principles, you know, of financial successful living, you know, well, that's all well and good. But if you break it down even more than that, what it's really saying is that you're following the successful principles of life. And that just, you know, blends itself right into finances and other things. So stick with your principles and you'll find your money.
There
Your
you
fitting.
go. We have Keenan saying, how do I know if I'm nearing my life's purpose?
How do you spell the name?
Keenan. I'm guessing Keenan. Again, if I mispronounce anyone's name, I am really sorry.
It's okay. I can get the vibe.
I'm glad.
Okay. Keenan, can you forgive yourself for things that you've done in the past that probably hurt yourself or others? Self-forgiveness is one of the things I think that would help to be your jumping off point to becoming even bigger than who you are. You have talents, a lot of people love you, and you know how all this works. So try to stick with what you know to be true, and try not to deny your truth because something that you're not certain about is offering you something more shiny, you know? Don't be tricked, don't be lulled or tempted into something that's going to reroute your purpose and take a few years doing it. Stay close to your truth, and that's what you see in the people that love you that reflect back to you who you really are. Follow that. And then that, by the time you're 35, you know, you'll be living your purpose out loud. And so if you're younger than 35, you're still picking up the pieces along the way. Try not to think so much of the destination, but really more so about how you're weathering the journey. Seriously. Yeah.
There you
Good luck.
go. We have Grace saying, do you have a message from my Chico who has passed?
I can tell that you really loved Chico. I can tell that you still ache, even physically, you know, for the doggy to be in your lap. It was a romance of sorts, I think. And the good news is, though, that even though he's not in the physical, that he's still around you and as close to you as your breath. When you breathe in and you think of him, he's there. He's with you all the time, and he doesn't ever, ever leave. He just changes form according to the purpose of serving you and keeping you safe, like angels. And so, and without any kind of concept about whether you treated him well enough, or that you were entertaining enough, or mommy enough. You were enough all the way around. So stay focused on that and enjoy his presence when he shows himself, and just trust it. It's just as natural as just breathing, knowing they're there. Like when you have children in the house, you may not be in the room with them, but you know they're there. It's that kind of love.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Speaking from the mommy of small children.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Excuse me.
We have Lori saying, is my future looking positive?
Be willing to look in the places where you have doubt. The doubt brings you to a place where you stop and you pause, even sometimes when you're in momentum. Now, those are the things that will slow down what's rushing themselves to get to you. So, try not to allow too much distraction in your life unless it's on purpose, like Friday night or something, but stay pretty focused on what you're trying to accomplish. You have 2 areas of success right now. So those 2 areas are going to be probably finances or job, home life, or someone new. And so if you're already in a relationship, is she?
Don't know.
Well, if you're in a relationship, that means it goes to the next level. If you're not in a relationship, then that means that it's going to the next level and you're meeting somebody, you see? And so staying clear, calm, and seriously focused, that's what helps us to manifest most of all, is that we stay consistent and focused, no matter what the elements look like. Just keep on keeping on. And you bring it to yourself just through consistency, because you're too stubborn to give up. That's how it should be, and that's how it is. No shoulds, but that's how it is.
There you
Yeah.
go. We have Joanna asking, should I marry my longtime boyfriend? And then says, I have been married 3 times and is a bit gun shy.
How long have you been seeing him? That's what I'd want to ask. Because a relationship will grow into a comfort zone after a while. And when something disrupts it, it may change the integrity of the relationship. Have you ever heard of those people who have dated 5+ years? They decide it's time to get married, and within 2 months they're divorced, And so make sure that if this is a long-term relationship, that there's been some kind of a renewal in the relationship that would take it to the next level of marriage. But if it's just trying to beat the clock or trying to beat a statistic to get married because you guys have been together for a long time, then that would it would upset the apple cart. So think about it. You don't always have to...
4 years they've been together.
Okay, 4 years. Well, then it's time to jump on that horse, because that 5-year mark has such a different dynamic. So the 4 is a good number, because that's about foundational. It's about it's now time to build on something. So if that's the level of awareness that you guys are in your relationship, now it's time, the foundation has been built, and now it's time to build on it, then go for it. Because that's very constructive, and it has a goal, and it has a plan. But if you're going in it just because of the romantic idea of it, and that you've been together for so long, so why not? That's when we get into trouble. But anything with a set intention has a very high statistical, chance to happen, to manifest itself.
Yeah. And for people that, if you don't know, I'm going to act like I know what days you're here, but I have no clue. If you like what you've been hearing, if you want to expand upon what you've been hearing from Miss Jerry, then you can speak with her on what days of the week? I'm not even going to try. I don't know what days she works. She works a lot of them.
Friday through Tuesday.
Okay, so if she works Friday through Tuesday, on Friday Or, let's try that again. Saturday and Sunday, she's going to be here from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, she will be here from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can come in and see her at 3114 East Indian School Road. We're over in Phoenix. Or if you can't come in, if you live out of state, or you just don't want to get out of bed, which is me most days, you can call us at 480-949-1888. That was a lot of 8s. There's only 3. And one of the counter staff will get you an appointment with her and get you over to her. So that's one way that you can come and see her. And we've been on the theme of animals tonight. A lot of people have come written in and asked about their animals. You will be teaching a
animal medicine. So it's called The Animal Speaks. Well, it's more about looking at guides, healers, protectors, comforters, companions. You know, who are they? Who are they to you? And so Saturday morning
at 10:15. It's from 10:15 to 11:45. If you sign up, unfortunately, I think our only other counter staff has left for the night because we do close at 6. So call in tomorrow and sign up. You save $5. It's only $20 if you sign up tomorrow. If you sign up on Saturday, day of, it's $25.
And darn well worth it. Did
right?
you?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
I looked it up. And there have been people signing up, so it is starting to fill up.
Oh,
so
good.
See, you want to get there, come on
and
in.
so, you know, seating is limited, so sign up as quickly as you can, because not only are you saving money, but now remember, the more people in the group, the more animals are going to be represented, and so that's that much more to learn and to experience and to see firsthand, you know, how they respond when they meet that dear old friend they haven't seen for a long time, or they meet that animal that they used to work with and won championships with, you know, whatever that might be.
So is this a place that, like, where people who have animals that have passed on, this is where they'll be able to learn how to reach out to them again and kind of learn to be able to connect with them and understand what they might be trying to give, and or if they have a current animal.
Right.
So this isn't
in spirit or in physical.
So anyone, like, people that have been asking, like, you know, oh, what are they saying to me, this and that, this would be a place for them to come in and
to learn how to do it for themselves.
Cool.
So instead of getting a fish, I'm going to teach you to fish.
There you go.
And sorry, fishes.
Right?
Here's a little fish. See him? These are little stones that we have in the store.
We have a lot
and
of
they're
them.
adorable. There are a lot of them. And this is a little doggy.
I was like, of course you pick up the dog, too.
Yeah, sweet doggy. And then there's a dinosaur.
I think
and
I
an
bought
armadillo.
I know I bought a cat. I bought another one, but I don't remember what it was.
I bought a little doggy one time, and I named him Rocky because he was this beautiful agate. Oh, he was gorgeous. And so he was beautiful. Rock.
Nice. So that's just a little information for you guys. People who are maybe just joining us, or, you know, missed the speech at the beginning. I don't know. I give a lot of speeches, so, you know, we're lucky it's only happened once so far. Well, now twice. But whatever. Hi. Yeah. And hi to all the people who are just joining us.
And also, too, thank you guys for liking it and loving it and sending your comments and your questions. This is a lot of fun, and it gets us all pumped up, and it's worth getting excited about. This kind of stuff, not only does it help you to walk your daily path, but it also helps you to teach the young. I'm saying it from a grandma point of view, I gotta say. And so teaching them how to appreciate, and that's how I learned it, was from my dad. So teaching how to learn what the animals might be speaking, and also one of the things that you'll become very, very well known for amongst your peers is how you can just align yourself to the animal's vibration and have a conversation with them and tell them maybe they can't connect to their pet, but you'll be able to, and you can help in times of need or times of a lot of love or whatever, you know, or be there present when a litter's being born.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a wonderful spiritual thing in your life that just brings joy from all directions.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So we'll go back to the questions here. We have Andrea saying, when will there be peace within my son again?
You know, a dog might help. Seriously, I think a dog would help. If he can't identify with anything around him, and he's searching but not finding, or getting into trouble as he searches, then maybe a dog would be or an answer, or some kind of an animal he could easily keep, like maybe a lizard or whatever he's drawn to. Something he could just take care of, and or a turtle, that he can just have on his own. What's it called? His own. Well, terms. There you go. Terms.
I don't know why. Every week, whoever I have here, they look at me like I'm going to know the next word coming out of their head. It's like, no. Y'all are the psychic
how much we
ones,
think of
not
her?
me. I'm not the psychic one here.
Yeah, she is.
We're not getting into this debate again.
Okay.
I get into it with Constantina every week.
Well, it's true. It's
Next
true.
question.
Okay.
It's like skip over it. Andrew, two Andreas in a row.
Good.
Another Andrea. What can I do to help with self-love?
I honestly, my remedy for that with people and for myself is mirror therapy. And when I say mirror therapy, it's not the psychological type. This is more like the soul type. And this is how I met Ganesha, you guys, was doing this, and it was phenomenal. And I had an out-of-body experience and saw with my own eyes a beam of light 20 feet above me by doing this. It's powerful. So, when you look in your own eyes, you cannot lie to yourself. You can, be a poser all day long to people, and they don't necessarily see what's really going on inside, only what you want them to see. And so when you're standing there in front of that mirror and you're looking into your own eyes, that's the moment of truth for you. You go there and you will find your answers, because you know how you hear that overly used term, the truth is inside you, and yet it really is the truth. So that's where you find it. So your answers are right there, looking into your own eyes. You can't lie to yourself.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a wonderful meditation, actually.
Yeah, no
Mhm.
thanks. I'm going to keep hiding from that for a while.
I saw you pull away.
Yeah.
Coil.
Yes.
There you go.
Right, I did. I totally cool. Yes, I do work at a metaphysical store. Yes, I do run when they start saying things, but it's like, yeah, that hits a little too close to home.
Are you 23 yet?
I am 23. I'll be 24.
Oh, time flies. Well, I was thinking, well, you see though, she's 24 almost, and so still learning about life, and so when you go into the mirror therapy, well, yeah, it's still doing you good too, even if you are 24. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm still going to stay over here not doing that. You guys should totally do it though. But I mean, at the same time, that kind of proves how much I should do it. The fact that I'm like tensing up at thinking about it, because there's probably something I might be hiding from trying to hide from myself.
We all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it.
So if you're having the same kind of reaction, I'm kidding. We did actually have a question last week that I want to point back to because it was an interesting one, where someone asked if the answers that are given can kind of be generalized, or is it like specific to that one person? And if you guys weren't here last week, I thought it was an interesting one, so I'm going to bring it back up again.
Okay.
If something's hitting home with you and kind of like the look at yourself in a mirror thing, that part can be generalized. But the specific intention and the specifics of what's being said would be more specific to the person asking the question. So I think there's a little bit of a mix between general for everyone. Like maybe there's people watching that they're like, I don't really want to ask a question, but they're hearing all this information. They're like, yeah, well, maybe I should do that. Give it a shot. You never know. If something's ringing true with you, there's a reason for it. Just simple as that.
And the common answers that you hear for specific questions, the reason it's common answer is because it's common knowledge, and that means it's very effective but because it's so available, oftentimes our mortal mind likes to
Just
overlook
doesn't
what's
wanna
obvious
look at it.
and make it really complicated. So our mortal mind and our ego can convince us that we need her more than we need our spirit, so they can run the show. And so it really boils down to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but universal information, no matter what it comes, if it touches right here, you know, and it just chokes you up, or it touches you here, and you know you got to work on it, yeah, then that's specific.
Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up because it was an interesting point, and there might be people that are like, yeah, I like this, but I don't really know if I want to ask a question, especially for us to just kind of answer for anyone to hear.
Then call the store.
Right.
So the 480-98.
Nope.
Nope.
480-949-1888.
Yeah.
I've been saying the number for 4 years, people. I got this.
I dream that number. Yeah.
I've actually had dreams about this store before and like
Did you?
woken up in a fright because I'm like, something's going. Nope. It's been on like a day. I
That
don't
wasn't a
work,
customer.
too.
Someone didn't just walk in.
Right. Yeah. It happens. You be at a place that long and you just kind of open up and connect with these people. So we will see what else we got going on here. We have Tracy asking, will my friend Courtney be okay?
I think she will. I kind of think that she's. It'll be there will be a time of recovery. I'm hearing that the worst is behind her, but recovery is gonna. It's not for the faint-hearted, but she will prevail and actually be more healthy than before this health scare. So good luck. I hope she's okay. Yeah, she'll be all right. It's just the recovery's gonna be tough a little bit.
And I haven't said it yet tonight. We can't get to everyone's questions. I try to skip through as much as I can to try to get as much of a variety of people as I can, especially if there are people that are new. I want to make sure that they feel like they have their voice heard and everything like that. So just so you know, if you see me skipping through questions, I'm really sorry. We're going to try to get to as many as we possibly can, but we can only be here for so long. So, yes, just wanted to say that. My mouth just made a very weird shape. Just saying. I don't know how I did it. Never doing it again, hopefully.
It reminds me of the witch in, you know, what's it called?
I can't get past you. I made you think of a witch.
No, you know, I smell children.
Hocus Pocus?
There you go, that's it. Yeah, the crooked little smile.
Bette Midler?
No, you wish.
I
Oh,
do
the other
wish.
one.
I know. Sarah
With the
Jessica-
crooked smile. Yeah, no, not her.
No, the other one?
Yeah, the one with the crooked smile.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you could have just lied to me and said Bette Midler. You could have just lied to me.
Oh, Bette Midler for sure. Don't you think, guys?
We all know I'm kidding myself. Let's just be real here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, so this is what happens when you leave us alone long enough. Yeah. We have Ignacio asking,
Love the name.
I know, right? Can I get a general reading on the future, career or relationship? So a little bit of a direction there, but specifically looking into the future.
Well, the first thing I get is to bring your forces together. It seems like that the work, pleasure, home factor is kind of fragmented. So if you want everything to come together and be one big happy life, then you got to make your worlds kind of collide and reassemble yourself. Whatever caused you to feel like you had to separate yourself in your worlds from work, home, and pleasure, or whatever that might be, the more you can align them all together, the more aligned you become to yourself. And then that brings the manifestation of love, or the quality of love. Shop somewhere else, that's what you're saying. And then with business, it gives you the power to stand behind your words, where people don't even doubt or question what you advise. So,
There you go.
Good luck.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. We have Romana saying, when will I move to a different state?
Well, the first thing that comes is when you're willing to be where you are, then you can leave. And that's really hard, especially when you really want to go, but you got to really make yourself okay with what you're walking away from. And by doing that, then that means you're letting it go, and when you let it go, then the other location has the room, the wiggle room to begin to manifest itself into your life. Might take about a year, but you can make it happen, or a year from when you began to plan this.
There you go.
Yeah.
So start planning. We have Jasmine. So if you also didn't know, not only is she a pet psychic, but she's also a medium. So again, I mentioned this because we have a question about it.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay.
Do I have anyone coming through for me? Like I said, her name is Jasmine. If I didn't say that.
Jasmine, did you have a cinnamon-colored animal in your life when you were about maybe between 8 and 12? The unconditional love that you may have felt from that animal was really the kind of standard of love that you're looking for in relationships of the day, and that only can occur when you're willing to make yourself that vulnerable too. And so as you're asking for shifting and change in your life, love yourself like you want to love your soulmate or your child or your mother. You know, the precious people in your life love you like you're that precious, and you bring your standard up and you manifest a life that it even exceeds what you were dreaming, you know? And it's really about starting with how you consider yourself above and beyond how other people will respond. But it's not in an unkind way. This is healthy selfishness, and you must practice it in order to be able to gain success and to sustain success.
There you go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We have Jody saying, I have been told I have abilities. What should I work on?
When you're told you have abilities, those are affirmations, you know, from other people. So it is a form of a mirror. But outside influence is short-lived and it is fading. And so until you can say, I am a healer, I just don't know what modalities to learn in order to serve and to practice my gifts. And it's really about going to how developed is your empathy? How developed is your psychic ability? How connected are you to your life force and your creator? And what's the intention behind the whole situation? And so that's when you know that you know that you know that you are a healer, and people who affirm it are being kind, but that has nothing to do with what you think about your experience and who you are in spirit and what you are in spirit. When you have confidence on that level, then words are nice to hear and it tickles the ear, but it's not necessarily where your truth lies. Okay? So, yeah, so teach yourself like crazy right now. Just soak yourself up in information that helps you to identify what your gifts are and how to use them. Modalities and their meanings and how they work. That's where to be right now.
Excuse me. Well done. We have Jenny saying, will my health get any better?
The part of your health that is affected, has affected your life on a daily basis, that's very inconvenient and always needing attended to, the level of discomfort from those chronic things, I think, will begin to dissipate because of the care or the treatment that you're on. And then there are other things that can be avoided just by behavior or diet. And so those two things you've already got covered. And then the other is fate and faith. So you keep doing what you know and then expanding what you know and applying it, and then that's going to take you through to a manageable chronic conditions here and there. But the big heavy stuff that might hospitalize you, that won't be around for years. But you got to gain control now of the vehicle, just like driving a truck or something, and get it back between the lines. So sustain stability, and then you can go from there.
There you go.
So you're in the process of sustaining your stability or learning how to.
Cool. So this was one that you wanted tonight, and we found one.
Yay.
Curious if you can tell me one of my totem animals, and that's Michelle asking.
Yay. I get bass, a fish, along with a bird. But the bird's probably a cardinal. Wow. Well, I had to come back for a minute. I couldn't even see the screen. Wow, that cardinal's probably somebody from your past, and that's about messages. Oh, good. She's going to look it up. And that's about messages that come through at the most unusual times, and it's very specific. When you think of the cardinal and the red, vivid color that it has against that beautiful blanket of white snow, it is undeniable, and that's the kind of messages that come through them. But then, and so that would be cardinal. So your messages usually can be pretty straightforward, or that's what you need once in a while to get out of your head, you know. So that cardinal energy is probably something you can work with. And then the bass, when I saw that, that felt to me like that it was your ability to delve deep down into the darkest parts of the lake, I suppose, and not be afraid of the intensity of human emotion. And so for your ability in that, remember, when you think of a bass, you think of that real big mouth, right? Okay, well, that real big mouth is a representation of communication abilities and your messages to be heard, and that you flow through that kind of knowledge easily, freely, and without effort. And so share what you know, but follow the etiquette of sharing, which is to ask first, you know, and to keep it in the light. So there you go. There you have it.
Yes, and I did look it up. Well, I found cardinal. This is a long book, so I found the first one I could find, which was
Okay.
cardinal.
Okay.
And we'll just go for the quick thing here, the keynote. Renewed vitality through recognizing self-importance.
Yay!
It took me
Good.
that long to find it.
Because it's that important.
It is that important. And
That's
I
right.
don't know the book as well as I should. So there's
Okay,
that.
no shoulds.
Right? So if you want to learn more about that, come to the class.
That's right, that's right.
We have just time for a few more questions tonight. So we have Joanne asking, she said her mother passed away and she can hear her calling her name at night. She just wants to know if she is okay.
She's wanting to know if you're okay. That's why she keeps calling your name. She just needs to hear your voice spoken out loud that you're okay, giving her permission then to go to her next level. She's just so very connected to your well-being. I guess you both had a mission of some kind, and she wants you to continue it, whatever that might be. So continue what you learned from her, or continue the business, or the mission, or whatever that might be. Mm-hmm.
Cool. We have Melissa asking why her English bulldog is acting out lately. What was he in a past life?
Well, you know, sometimes what I'm getting is that sometimes animals come back as different breeds, you know, and he could have been like a German Shepherd, and German being the key word, because I feel like his guardianship is so strong that it's not just you that he guards or protects, but it's also those around you, the ones he's most familiar with, or the ones that he can see when he sees their aura, that they're good people. Now, the reason why he's acting out is because he doesn't feel heard. So if he's a cranky old man by now and nobody's listening to him, that's why he's doing it. If he's a young little guy, then he's wanting, he's just full of all kinds of, you know what, and vinegar. And so he just wants to play and just soak in life. So you have to teach him what his limitations are, but in a loving way. If you're forceful with him, he becomes more forceful. Again, he's been a German Shepherd, and he's a bulldog, and so, and I heard him say, and I know how to box. Get it, boxer? That's funny. You know it.
It was funny, yes.
Okay, what else?
This is what I do. This is who I hang out with on my days. Yeah. No, it is a lot of fun.
Do you know, people in the administrative part of the metaphysical services have to accept
We're
the
insane.
part. Well, they have to have this kind of a heart to be able to tolerate hurting cats. Yeah.
I mean, she's psychic. She's allowed to say it. So
Yeah, because see, time is kind of irrelevant where we live, and the administrators, are the ones that are keeping things going in a healthy way, and we can kind of get stuck sometimes.
all I gotta say is she just digged herself into a
It's
hole
true.
that I am now gonna hold this over her head forever. And I have the best memory. I will remember what video it was she said this in, and I'm gonna go back and be like, but you said we do this. So you have just given our coworker the best night of her life by saying that. Thank you. You've made my job so much easier. Okay, and for the last question tonight, we will be having Ronald, I'm sorry, it is late. Today is my long day. Ronald asks, do you see anything with my health?
Honor what you have a propensity toward regarding genetic issues. Make sure you stay on top of anything that may want to flare when it comes to that, because you already know what it looks like, you already know what it sounds like, smells like, tastes like. I mean, because it runs in the family. So try not to deny that it's not happening to you. And it's not that this is something that can kill you, but undetected and ignored, it sure raises the vibration, allowing it in, and you don't have to allow it in. You got lots of living to do. Don't allow it in.
There you go.
Period.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, thank you guys for being here, first of all. If you enjoyed having a reading from Miss Jerry, if you want to expand upon anything you've talked about tonight or ask any other questions, especially if it involves pets or mediumship or the other 1,000 things she does, you can come in and see her at 3114 East Indian School Road. You just check in, let the ladies at the front know, hi, I want to read with her. And we will get you to her at her next availability. Or if you can't come in, whether it be due to distance or just not wanting to get out of bed, aka me every day, you can give us a call at 480-949-1888. I'm really sorry we couldn't get to everyone tonight. We try to get to as many as we can, as many people that have either come before, but especially a lot of new people, because this is their first time coming in, so give them a chance.
Yeah. Okay. I had a lovely young lady who I had a conversation with the other day, and she did not know this about me, but my animal totem within, right here, is bear. And so she started telling me, she's gifted with this, and she's very young. And so she wanted to tell me what animals she saw around me. And so I said, all right, okay. And she said, I see a blind white bear who can see.
There you go.
Something. And that really gave me permission. I mean, it was like it activated something inside of me. and it gave me permission to step into who I am now after 2 years of a lot of life changes, and whew, and here I am.
There you go.
And that blind white bear that can see, it just touched my heart. So see, it has power.
It does. And thank you guys so much for being here again with us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed being here with us weird people. I don't know why you guys please keep coming back. We
Please
love
do.
having you guys here. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And to everyone who celebrates it, happy Easter this
When
Sunday.
is next week?
I have no clue.
Oh dear. Okay, so what? Look at our website, our Facebook page.
Facebook page. I'll be posting about it in the next couple of days. I just have to tie some people down. Psychics, they just, that time thing.
Cats,
They're
meow.
not- But yeah, thank you guys. Happy Easter, and we will see you again next
Happy
week.
Easter. God bless.